This was the week where, I'm sure y'all heard, freshman Congress member Marjorie Taylor Greene, or the thing that happens when the Chardonnay runs out, was stripped of the ability to serve on any House committees by a vote of 230 to 199 over her comments about pick anything. Killing Nancy.
Anything she's ever said.
Everything she said. Killing Nancy Pelosi, Jewish space lasers, Obama being a Muslim, what else? The election being stolen. But she has spoken, and in a press conference had this to say, that she wasn't really fazed by the entire "you can't actually do your job" thing.
Going forward, I've been freed. I do. I feel freed because you know what's happening on these committees? You see, we have basically a tyrannically controlled government right now. The Democrats.
Yes. She's been freed from doing the work of a Congress member, just like the internet message boards freed her from doing any thinking. You see how this works? Like even though she does CrossFit, 8chan is clearly doing all the heavy lifting in her brain. I'm just really thankful that in that speech she didn't use like a "free at last" MLK quote, because I feel like that's where it was going. She was about to do that.
I feel bad about making fun of her. It feels, as a comedian, it feels like punching down. And also like, you know, as a political comic, when Trump was going to leave, when Trump lost the election, some people were like, well, you know, your political comedy is going to be over. And I was like, no, I remember people said that when George Bush was out. And I was like, don't worry, the universe will provide. Et voila, Michelle Bachmann. And here
Yes.
we are. But this stripping her of her committees for her bullshit is not a good punishment. So as the punishment for being a violent racist anti-Semite inciting sedition, your punishment is going to fewer meetings. Like, that doesn't seem that bad to me. The other thing is that when she talks about being freed, I can't help but think about Obi-Wan Kenobi when Darth Vader kills him in Star Wars, and he says, "Strike me down and I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine."
Yes.
And then in the entire rest of the series does nothing to indicate that. Like he doesn't at no point after being struck down and allegedly becoming more powerful than Darth Vader, if he had said, "Strike me down and I will become more powerful than you could possibly imagine," by which I mean occasionally, every once in a while, talking to Luke in his brain. That's all I'm going to do that is more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Darth Vader would have been like, yeah, sure, I can take that risk. So that when she talks about being free,
threat.
Yeah, cool. That doesn't.
You're so right about that. This is like, also, it's all he does is say, "Use the Force, Luke."
Use the Force.
Bitch, I know.
Yeah.
What the fuck else do you think I was going to do?
I put a Post-it on my desktop that said, "Use the Force." Like, don't you have something better to say than what I already wrote on my Post-it? That's right here. It's on the dashboard of my X-Wing fighter to use the Force. You're not helping, Ben.
No.
So,
but she did have, actually, it's funny because we're mocking it, but like you said, we're living in their satire at this point. Because she tweeted something pretty much like almost verbatim exactly what we're saying, which is, "I woke up early this morning, literally laughing, thinking about what a bunch of morons the Democrats, plus 11 Republicans who voted also to strip her of her responsibilities, are giving for someone like me, what a bunch of morons the Democrats are for giving someone like me free time. In this Democrat tyrannical government, conservative Republicans have no say on committees anyway. Oh, this is gonna be fun." Oh my God. Like, I actually think that's a real threat. Like, the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene is in Congress is because white middle-class women have way too much time on their hands anyway. Like, somehow tennis and needlepoint and church just don't cut it anymore. So now it's QAnon and Jewish laser beams causing wildfires. Like, come get your Karens, people. Okay, check in on them, introduce them to new hobbies. Idle hands are Marjorie's workshop, is what I'm trying to say.
Just cut her loose on Nextdoor with all the other white ladies. To be like, "I think there's a black in the neighborhood," or whatever.
There's that homeless person again. That was the one time I logged on Nextdoor and I was like, never again. It was just like, well, the homeless is back. You're like, oh God, fucking stop.
Well, and also, so I literally woke up laughing. Either that's literally woke up laughing. Can you imagine what would be involved in like, like that's not healthy. Like, not even like, I need some water. Anyway, ha 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 ha. Like,
it's so, it's scary. I do not know what she's going to get up to. But more conspiracies to come for sure. Oh, Marjorie, the gift keeps on giving. Hey, thanks so much for watching the Bitchuation Room podcast live stream. And while you're here, why don't you just subscribe to this channel? I promise it'll be good. Promise.